I'm Kia Janae.
Hey, it's your boy Marvin the Plug.
And we got the real CBD lady in the building today.
Hola.
How you doing?
I'm here. My heart's pumping. I'm alive. So.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
That's a blessing.
So tell the people just a little bit about the CBD lady and what the CBD lady is all about.
Well, first, I'm supposed to tell you, my team, that it's the real CBD lady. There's a difference. So just to put that out there, gotta get that trademark and copyright it.
Gotcha.
So it's funny because I try to figure out how to answer this question. I don't even know what to tell you. I'm just me. I happened to find CBD 5 years ago when I found marijuana 6 years ago, or I call it cannabis, because And 4 years ago, I was the only person really talking about CBD. And people were like, does it get you high? No, I don't want this. And I was like, yo, like, people need to know that you actually need CBD to have high content THC. Like, you understand that when you have your sativa, when you have your focus, and you got a lot of people that say, oh, we don't go by that stigma, but at the end of the day, if we're talking about focus and you're talking about, if you believe in Adderall and you believe in Vyvanse and Ritalin, then you believe in CBD, because it's basically the same thing on a whole different, on a plant material base. I found out that people need to be educated more, and I'm not an educator, so it was basically God teaching me a two for one. It was him teaching me something completely different that what he put on this earth, and it was also an opportunity to teach my family, my culture, my community, what is really, like, what is Reggie that you've been calling, Reggie all these years. So that's just who I am. I'm just a walk-in information panel. I'm a little different in the community. I kind of stay behind the scenes. I just watch. I'm more into health and wellness. I don't try to heal you. I don't try to tell you, what you should and shouldn't do. The real CBD lady really just tells her story as real as possible. And I just happen to have a joy in talking about CBD, but I do smoke other cannabinoids.
I was about to ask you. I was about to say.
As a matter of fact, my first introduction to cannabis was actually, my job sent me they offered me a 7-day trip to Italy. And I'm very claustrophobic. And so I was like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, so you can't let this go. And they was like, but you gotta take a 16-hour flight. And I said, on an airplane, like with nothing? And I said, and they said, well, someone told me very close to me, he was like, well, we could just do like a 2-step program. And I was like, a 2-step program? He was like, yeah, we get you a blunt from Hartsfield to JFK. From JFK, you take a Valium. And that shit worked. I smoked from Indian Creek Station all the way to Hartsfield. Then I got there, got off the plane like I was high as a kite, like I was Dora Explorer, talking about backpack. Took my Valium right before I boarded my trip to Italy. We landed in Venice, and I was geeked. Like, I was done. And I was like, yo, because I used to fire people for actually coming into my establishment for smoking. So for me, it's a whole 180 to go from being a narc to like, oh, just come, just bring the raps. I got everything else, just a whole smorgasbord. Oh, you can't stop me. So yeah, I mean, it took me probably about 6 months to not be a hypocrite, because I wanted to make sure it really worked. And then I was diagnosed with cancer. And I think that changed my whole perspective of things. Well, no, actually, I hadn't even got diagnosed with cancer. I got diagnosed with TBI. It was affecting my brain. And then this young gentleman came into my life and taught me about, how he said it to me was, I said, I don't want to be high 24/7. I work 80 hours a week. I need to be able to focus. And that was my main I wanted to not be in pain, but I didn't want to be doped off. I was taking Oxycontin, oxycodone, everything, udon, and it was just going in and out. And then I found it was like a little white pill, and I have no idea what's in it. And I was a little,
Right.
And it wasn't until he asked me one question. He was like, at what point will you do what you have to do for your kids? And I was like, what's that mean? What the fuck is me taking a pill got to do anything with my kids? And then I realized I was taking pills and taking medicines for over 16, 17 that was actually damaging my body. Mm-hmm. So I had a hysterectomy in 2010 because I had fibroids sitting on my uterus really bad. They went there. I did not know about what we have now. Had them cut it out. It's like, oh yeah, no kids. And then 8 years later, I go to get a checkup, and they asked me, they said, Ms. Boyce, do you know you didn't have a full total hysterectomy? I said, how would I know? I mean, I can't see up there.
Right.
And that's one thing we forget. We may not like to go to the doctors and have them tell us what we should take or whatever, but that free diagnostic or however you want to look at it, that shit will save your life. Because you have to be able to identify what's wrong with you. And that's what for so many years, I was just telling them, I was taking what they told me to take. I go to, and everybody has the same thing. You go into the hospital, you have a pain, they give you morphine or Tylenol, whatever. Right. Then they'll send you on your way, knowing that you're gonna take this prescription, but not do a follow-up. Now you have built up, and now the next time you have an ailment, you go right back to the ER. Most of us don't do a follow-up because it's too expensive or insurance, whatever the case may be. So
I feel you don't need it.
Right.
Yeah.
But then when you find out, you actually got something that it's illegal? Why is it illegal? So I started going to the hospital, but not letting you put the stuff in my system. And then I realized I was more attentive. I asked more questions. I was annoying. That's what they didn't want, right? Oh, I'm annoying now. Oh, okay, so we got a real problem. Then I met an amazing doctor, Dr. Kat, which is with Mind, Body, and Wellness, and she was the very first doctor to actually treat me using all holistic type methods. Firstborn Nigerian, she treats everybody from cancer patients to, whatever the case may be. And I was able to understand, like, this is real. Like, it's not just Cali, Oregon, Colorado, but this is actually cannabis. Like, this is actually a part of a plant that we have been missing, but no one's teaching us, So it was just, I smoke 25/8, don't get it twisted. I'll go down for it. I have my card. Thanks, Dr. Hodge. What? But I will always teach, because you have more people who do not smoke marijuana or cannabis than you do that do smoke. So you have them aunties and them cousins stuff that actually want to have something that doesn't get them high. You actually have something to offer them, so. That's how it fell in my lap.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So first, what does CBD stand for?
CBD stands for, and sometimes I have my speeches, it's a cannabinoid. No, it is a form of a cannabinoid, but it stands for cannabinol. That's what it is. Okay. At the end, it's spelled a little different. It's IDOL. Which is one form of over 100 plus cannabinoids.
So what is a cannabinoid?
Okay, so THC is a cannabinoid.
Okay.
Because THC stands for hydrocannabinol.
Okay.
So it's just a breakdown, but it's the best way to explain it to people to understand is, imagine if your mom had 100 kids, and all she ever talked about was Tommy. Mm-hmm. Tommy's so wonderful. Tommy's so great. Wonderful. He's so, everything say that. But you got Carol in the back.
Right.
Real shy. But actually is just as important as Tommy. That would be CBD.
Okay.
But then behind Carol, you got a whole other 12 other children that are what y'all know as pressure. You see what I'm saying? Because they're actually cannabinoids. Mm-hmm. This is a plant. It's a plant.
Right.
And out of the plant is so many different properties that we've only seen one because we don't take time to study it. Oh, gets me high. It's great, wonderful. And something else come in. Oh, no, I don't want that. But you need it. You can't even focus straight. You can't even stop shaking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, some people don't realize you may not kill your kids having CBD. You may not break up. You may not just do something stupid and just go and do something dumb because you have now been able to focus naturally. So that's what it is. It's a cannabinoid.
So what do you use, like, both for? When do you decide, okay, I want to use CBD? Okay, I want to smoke. cannabis. Like, what do you use it? Do you use CBD? Like, you're like, okay, I need to buckle down, get this work done. Okay, boom. And do you use cannabis when you're like, okay, I want to chill, I want to watch a movie, go to sleep, like?
So first, I'm gonna stop you and tell you that CBD is cannabis.
Okay.
It's still a form of cannabis. It's a cannabis plant. And
Okay.
I think sometimes we get lost off of that. Because remember, I just told you THC is still a cannabinoid, so it's still part of the same plant, just does different things.
Okay.
So you're gonna put me on the spot, because I'm gonna be honest and true. 98.9% of my life is THC.
Okay.
However, when it's time, like say for instance, I'm in like more of a pain, but it's not more of like an excruciating pain. It's more of like it's more caused by stress and stuff. Then I'll use CBD. But I
Okay.
use CBD in products more. I
Okay.
use THC in a straight form, RSO, whatever I have available to me, smoking or whatever. But if I'm taking CBD, I'd rather not take the drops, just because I'm 9 times out of 10 I'm high, so I don't want to lose that high.
Right.
And if you take it, it'll counteract sometimes, depending on what you smoke. So say for instance, I have RA really bad. So I use copper on my hands just to keep my arthritis. But when I use CBD, I'll use the CBD like a butter or salve. If it's something like I'm doing this new thing called Tub Talks with Tay, and it'll have like CBD bath salts and balms and stuff like
Okay.
that. If we're talking about detox teas, because you cannot legally sell CBD in food and beverages, I show you how you can make it yourself, how you can apply, okay, you can purchase the CBD and then put it in your foods.
Okay.
So I'm more of the everything minus the smoking.
Got you. So CBD isn't only useful ingesting it. So like you can literally rub it on yourself and it will soothe you or heal.
You actually can do. They may come try to find me, so if you don't see me no more, everything you can do. You can do any and everything with hemp. The very first Ford vehicle was fueled off of hemp.
Okay. I'm sorry. You're throwing a lot of words out
Okay,
there.
so
hemp.
let me go
let's
back.
start there.
CBD
What
comes
is-
from hemp.
Okay.
It is actually so you have the hemp plant, it's like that. So you have hemp, and hemp is like an industrial. It's called a cannabis L sativa. So I tell people, I say, think about when you smoke a sativa, take away the body high. That's what you get if you smoke CBD.
Gotcha.
CBD comes from the hemp plant,
Okay.
which is part of the cannabis plant we're talking about. But it's also the part where you can actually do it industrial. Like you don't have to smoke it. You have industrial use with hemp. You have
Gotcha.
you can fibers, textile, canvases, things like that nature,
Okay.
right? Then you do have people that actually take CBD and plant it within the hemp. So you have straight hemp, which is nothing, no CBD. You have like hemp whole seeds, hemp oil.
Okay.
And if you ever heard of someone say hemp seed oil and then hemp oil, knowing the difference, right?
Okay.
Hemp oil is not as strong, or I guess would say it's not as potent as CBD derived hemp oil, but it does have properties that's good for your wellness in your body,
Okay.
right? So think about like sage or things like that. Now you do have smokable hemp, and then you have CBD hemp. So people can say I put banana kush or Charlotte's Web. Those are strains that are actually CBD as well.
Okay.
Right? So that's just, it's CBD really is intricate. You got to go into the whole, I guess
Yeah, it sounds like
it is, and people play it off, and I'm like, really? So,
What's up?
yeah.
So let's speak a little bit about the tension.
Okay. All right. What about it?
I mean, I didn't know what it was until you brought it to me, and then I had to ask somebody else about it.
Okay.
So,
So you have the CBD, and like I said, there's so many different ways that you can have CBD. Most people know it by the CBD oil. People use MCT oil. So basically, it's just take the hemp plant and you cook the hemp plant down, and then you add your carrier oil, which most people use coconut oil. They'll use MCT oil or almond oil, whatever the case may be, and it's just hemp, and it's just your base oil. But then you start getting into like terpenes and flavors, but that's just one way. Some people will take it and make it in their house overnight, whatever you choose to do. Some people will sit there and they have their labs and they have it. They have the same way how you make THC oil, same way you make CBD oil. It's just cooked to a different temperature, you know? So I think most people, one of the biggest sellers is the CBD oil though. because people use it for all different facets. But to go back to your question, there's nothing that CBD actually can't do. And that's kind of like where I get into, because I get, my little pickle is, if we're going to teach people about CBD and you know it's new, don't lie to them. Don't have me come and buy something that's $60, $70 and you know that you can tell this person you could put it in your hair, you could put it on your legs, you could put it everywhere. So that's why I tell people it's a universal usage for whatever you need it for, you know?
So what about it makes it so great? Like, the fact that you can use it just for about anything, what is in it? Like, what does it contain that makes it so universal?
Same thing, THC. The same exact reason why you like THC. The difference is your body has two different receptors, a CB1 and a CB2. One tells it, oh, we're about to focus. This is about to be like, this is going to help you. I tell people all day long, think of it like this. It's like a Novocaine. When you say, hey, bruh, I got that whatever strain you got, banana 8, whatever, okay? How you feel? Oh, yeah, it was okay. Everyone thinks that when you do CBD, it's the same thing. How I'm supposed to feel? It's what you don't feel. It's like a Novocaine, right? When you know that you have Novocaine in your mouth, you feel the pressure. It's not a cure-all, God said. Right. It's not what it is. And I'm tired of people telling people that. It's not what it is. It's just, if you're stressing about it, it alleviates that stress. If you have 90 tabs open and you're severe ADD or ADHD, it takes away like 78 of those tabs. It's just something to help you, to course you throughout whatever you're going through. There is no, because it's not medicine, we have to stop saying, what does it do, what does it doesn't do. Whatever happens when you put it in your mouth, that's what happens, because every person, individual is made up differently. Right. So medicines do things different. Like, medicines is supposed to cure you, right? Or help that pain. But you can't do that. Yeah. You can't put every hair texture in someone's hair. The same way how you can't apply, every person can't take lactose. Like, they can't handle it. The same thing when it comes to things. So when people ask me, what does it do? You tell me what it does to you in about 35 minutes. If you feel like it helped you, then it did something for you. Right. If you feel like it didn't, that's why I don't sell anything. You're gonna come to me. 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna give you something for free. You're gonna come back to me because you noticed that it did something to you or took away something for you, you know? Right. And I tell people the same way, if you believe that THC works, it's the same plant, it's the same properties, it just does a little bit different.
Exactly, because I'd have been drunk and CBD has sobered me up, so.
Yeah.
It's definitely a cure for that.
Yep.
Right. I had smoked CBD blunt earlier today. Pretty tasty, I might add.
Oh yeah, because they got, man, I smelled some packs of CBD. They got same flavors like we got. They might have white runt CBD, but they definitely got flavors in it. It definitely was smelling good and tasting good.
Right.
I ain't get high on it.
Yeah, me neither, but it was like, you know what I'm saying? But I could smoke, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can have a 12 pack of them, you know what I'm saying, all day. You know what I'm saying? And be good.
And focus.
And focus, that's what I was gonna say. You know, you can have your THC if you just want to chill. You know, you have something to just keep you moving.
Like know? Right now I'm on this wedding crusher. And this shit,
yeah, I know.
Man,
well, I did bring some rolls, so you guys can definitely have some, just to, like, balance
CBD rolls.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Because you have really like piqued my interest. Like, I see CBD and I've heard some people, you know, talk about it, but I didn't really know what it was. And you do kind of compare CBD and THC. I mean, you don't have to, but like, they're always kind of in the same conversation. So
think about, to make it easier, sparkling cider, sparkling wine. No matter how much sparkling cider you take, you won't get drunk. If you take too much sparkling wine, you will get a buzz. You take too much CBD, you may focus and paint your house and write a book or an essay or 2 or 3, but you're not going to get to a point where you can't function.
Right.
If anything, you may go to sleep and have a very nice rest.
Right.
You smoke too much wedding crashers of the sort or whatever, you already know it's going to be tonight. You know what I'm saying? I just tell people all day long, do not buy gas station CBD. Sorry. Don't.
What
Don't
is the
do
difference?
What?
Is it real? gas stations sell a lot of fake stuff, fake sex pills.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying.
Hey, like, let me get that.
Let me get this. Yeah.
And you always want to look for. There's a thing called a C of A, and it's basically like how you have a birth certificate. Every CBD bottle or hemp plant or plant material should have a C of A, and you scan it and it lets you know how many cannabinoids, like what you're looking for. And I tell people this is because, do you know how many of our peers can't smoke or on probation or on papers? So it's a nice give back to say, hey, bro, you may not be able to get high, but this is nice something just to like
Exercise.
chill you out.
I
Right?
know a lot of truck drivers, and
Yeah.
that's who I know pretty much who deal with CBD. Because one of my peoples, they had a smoke shop, and we couldn't imagine we get high. We was like, these people really coming in here buying this shit, and that shit costs like marijuana.
Yeah.
I'm like, these people really.
Because-
when we question it,
Yeah.
they guess like, why you smoke this? Like, you don't want the real thing. Like, why y'all smoking this? They like, oh,
But I don't- you
we
know
got
what?
street jobs.
I don't tell people they don't get high off of it, because if you've never had it in your system, oh, you feel. I was doing this test water,
Yeah.
and it was like five milligrams we had in that. You swore I gave her like a whole ounce. She was, and I'm just like, really? They said she never drank before, she never smoked before,
Yeah.
and I was like, well, you got to be careful when you tell people. It's like when you tell someone, oh, this shit gonna put you on your. Still sitting here. Everybody's body's different.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
so it's definitely important to know, like, just
Yeah,
the
'cause-
basics.
Yeah, because I smoked CBD a couple times, and it's some that's got no percentage of THC, and then it's some that's got a very, very, very
Right,
small
right.
percentage
Right.
of
By the
THC.
time you
in
get
it.
done, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 50-50s are great, actually. Like a 50 THC and 50 CBD, you have a nice balance. It's like all you just want to be is like, what? It's like
Right.
smoking like the best hybrid, but a little bit more focused and a little less high. It's like the best thing ever.
So is CBD legal like everywhere? Okay, so let me ask you this then. Why do you think CBD is legal everywhere? THC is only legal some places.
Because it doesn't get you high.
Huh.
Why would I want to sell something, or why would I want to make legal something that gets you? Because that's the stigma. When you smoke, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. We don't kill nobody on it. We don't rape children. We don't cut your bodies up and put them in little pieces.
Right.
We're not crashing cars. We just happen to go very slow motion.
Right.
But that's illegal. But go and buy a fifth of vodka.
Yeah,
We was able to just a couple months ago buy it, take it home, and drive with it.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of stuff that don't make sense. I don't understand why cigarettes are
it
legal.
makes sense. We have to stop saying that. It makes sense. It makes their sense.
Yeah, because
Absolutely.
they gotta
That's
keep
why-
funding
Exactly.
their systems.
Yeah.
That's why I say Georgia
Yes.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
legalize marijuana because they legalize CBD, and they're gonna
Right.
make their money off of taxing that. So
Right.
why would we?
Right.
That's a plus. We're gonna
Right.
sell CBD and make money off that, and then still lock y'all up for this. It's a win-win.
Exactly.
So what we gonna legalize this for and legalize that too?
They're
And
making too much money off
But I
of it
keep telling
already.
people, stop trying to rush and legalize it. You know why? You know it's gonna be a very big. Y'all have a problem paying $40 for 3.5 right now. You have problems paying $40 for 3.5. Let alone someone tell you 65 or 70.
Yeah.
How much do you think a gram is gonna cost
yeah, we still
if
be
you
on the
legalize
ground
it?
with
Trust me, we sat up there at the Capitol and listened to them. They waiting. Oh, y'all ready? Are you, this is what you want to do? Oh, okay. Not medicinal. Y'all want everything? You pay $200 for J's. I mean, so you gonna wonder who you gonna be taking that CBD then? Y'all gonna be calling me. Talking about, let me get a,
Damn right. I mean,
you got any
I'm gonna smoke a pound of that
0.4%
shit.
CBD?
Not point
Smoke a whole pound.
Not
Bro,
point
Big
four.
Johnson CBD. I'm trying to get high.
Give me the big dog bag.
So you personally, where do you get your CBD?
Let me check her for a while.
So that's a very
Right.
good question. I'm glad that you brought it up. So I can say as of last week, I am actually, when I got involved, I wanted to be my own seed to sell. So I don't outsource for any person. So me and my partner, I have partnered with a company in Colorado, so we produce our own seeds, we produce our own products. As of this, and I'll just give it to you. They only notice if they're listening on your show.
Exclusive.
Exclusive. And I said I would drop T, and so my COO and my CEO, they may get mad at me, but or my COO and my CFO, but the Real CBD Lady, actually, I have my own brand, my own company, and I produce, I hand make everything. That's why I'm a little different, because CBD is different for every person's body. You have to pre-order with me. That's what makes it different. And so our company is called Melanin Nectar. It's not just a CBD company though, so that's why I have to make sure people understand we're a plant-based company. So we use everything, turmeric, whatever the case may be. But I do make my own CBD. I do produce it. At some point when we start going volume, my partner in Colorado will send it mass, because he actually has the extractors and the rotovapes to make sure that it's clean. And my intent is to be the first African American female here in Atlanta to have her own vertical integration cannabis-based or plant-based company. So that means that I will be my own seed. I will grow it, I will manufacture it, I will distribute it, and I will also retail it and then wholesale.
Yes, ma'am.
Boss.
Right.
I hate that question. You should be able to ask me not where'd you get it from, but like, when did you create it? I love that. It's kind of like when someone says, "Oh, I'm a first-time homeowner, a buyer." That makes I don't care about that, because you don't own the land. If you own the land, now I think you're doing something.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's just what I feel. We will never be able to take control of what we really and own who we are as a culture until we start claiming. And since we can't claim the actual land here, I can claim what I did make and create. So
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about Atlanta Indie Market.
No, so Atlanta Indie Market actually, but thanks for that, because that was God. My business partner, Flex owns Atlanta Indie Market, which is it's a great market. They do once a month, and they have like events and stuff, vendors. You mean Urban City Market?
Urban City.
Urban City Market fell into my God placed that. I went in there one day selling CBD, or not selling, but placing CBD in the store. I met 3 amazing gentlemen who are now my brothers. They had a vision. Paco started a group called Urban Grind back in the day. It's like soul, hip hop, funkadelic. From there, they had a concept of Urban City Market. They wanted to bring a little bit of bodega, but make it bodega South. They're gentlemen from LA, California, and North Carolina. And I came in a little bit with the New York mindset, but the Georgia soul, and decided to take what they were building and just have other people come in. So Atlanta Clothing came in with Mecca. They come in, we were doing up until COVID every last Friday. So we're urban bodega, but a southern flair. I primarily bring in Black owned businesses, and that's how I felt with 24K, because I just was like, oh yeah, man, they came with their stuff, and they're like, them and True are like our main, 24K is we love them, we rock with them, that's our new family.
Yes,
we
we
don't ask
appreciate
them to
y'all.
promote, they promote us, we promote them. You think that I work
I was about to say, you swagged out.
You
swagged out.
make sure I rep. So yeah, it's a home hub for Black owned businesses. So if you stop by, we do a little something. We do cater to 420 events.
I love that.
Exclusive. We're small space.
Right.
But we are a little bit this, a little bit that,
I really love that. You mentioned you had a business, like it not only catered to like CBD, but other natural. What do you guys make? Like products? Okay, so what kind?
So we have apothecary. We create, the company's called Melanin Nectar. So
Okay.
we have apothecary. We have a country crackle butter, which is
Okay.
like 90 milligrams of CBD with African shea butter.
Okay.
And then we have a piece pomade that has beeswax and 45 milligrams of CBD. And then we actually have the raw plant material, but we sell it in small sizes so we don't get pulled over by the feds, CIA, DEA, all the people. And then we have our elixir, which is, I like to say elixir versus tincture, because I like to use the correct terminology, and tinctures, depending on how they made, are alcohol-based
So what
versus
is it?
oil-based.
Tincture. Pink.
Well, most people, because we use it, they refer to it as a tincture bottle.
Okay.
And that's like the tincture bottle with the dropper.
Okay.
This is a more universal form of having the CBD. So we sell those. We're working on some spiritual bath and things like that. There really isn't anything that I won't create except for food and beverages.
Not trying to get caught up.
No, because I mean, the next time you go and buy a CBD, remember I told you everybody's different?
Right.
So it's not fair for me to charge you $10 for something that I know is not going to benefit you versus charging somebody $10 or $15 that I know benefits them. Size, I don't know how people walk up to the table and be like, oh yeah, you gonna bet. How? That person is 2 sizes bigger or smaller than this person.
Yeah.
Everybody's different. Maybe I'm severe ADD. I may not need 1,000 milligrams. You know, we always trying to dose people. How high are you trying to get them off CBD? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, around you shaking and stuff. So yeah,
Max.
yeah. So we have that, and you know, the real CBD lady is nothing but an education and a walking tool. I got something dope coming out real soon. That's gonna be a little. Yeah, it's going to be real education, informative for all different types. So I'm excited to do that, and I'm gonna start doing these. I mentioned I have cancer. I have colon cancer. So I felt like the best way to address people is through the television and through different things, social media. But I decided to do kind of like a toilet talks with Tay and a tub talks with Tay because, yep, there's people that be on the toilet in the morning and they release themselves, and sometimes you just want to talk. You just want to see somebody just be real.
Yeah.
And I be having the BG sometimes, and I be want to get it out, you know. So it's just, you know, it's nice conversation. You want to tune in. You don't. Keep it moving.
Right.
And then the bathtubs is just like I don't know where it came from. Just.
Oh yeah, you be stirring up some mess in your conversations on your.
I love to talk. I tell you, it's called The Real CBD Lady, not because I make CBD. It's the real because I'm gonna give it to you real. My truths, my journeys, when I fucked up, when I'm messing up, when I'm when I messed up, I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Oh, okay, I thought it was good. But yeah, that's why it's called The Real, because I'm worried about me and my own skeletons before I try to tell somebody else. So I'm gonna tell you where I messed up and I probably cheated eating some meat that I shouldn't have, and just different things like that. But that's The Real CBD Lady.
Beautiful.
What's up?
All right, so a little bit about the bonfire.
Well, you know. I'm not gonna lie and keep it real. They my family. Rest in peace, Mo. We lost him earlier on this year, but he created he made me appreciate it for what it is. And so at first I used to be out there, just wanted to be a vendor. We was doing dabs, and that was amazing. But first I was out there selling CBD and nobody was buying it. I was like, absolutely not. I'm not out here selling CBD when everybody want to get high. So I realized it had to be taught. But that wasn't the platform.
Right,
so we started doing dabs, and it was awesome. And then I realized that how you gonna have dabs and you got no munchie snacks? So I started being the candy lady. And then we kind of did a shift and change, and I reevaluated who I was. And then fast forward, the CEO of Bonfire is actually my business partner with our plant-based line. And so he's the one that named me, actually. So shout out to Flex, because he named me The Real CBD Lady, and that just
Shout
stuck.
out to Flex.
Yeah, and he just went, and he was the person actually that just had me like, oh, she makes CBD. And I was like, bro, you make this? Like, how you gonna mass produce this? And it just happened, and it just trickled. So, and having him and then their platform, and it just happened. And now we're just there on Sundays. And I feel like now, because Mo is not there, it's like a piece. It's when I can have a piece of him. So I said I wasn't gonna be there on Sundays. I was gonna stay hibernated, but we will always have a table there. 24K is now official family, so you know we will always be there and just to educate the masses. And it's a nice place to have the raps because people love to be educated. We're in a different room, but that's okay because it's a whole reason for that. You know, it's like a little play that we got going on. But I like it. I like the fact that people are learning who we are and learning that you could have exclusive smoke with a clean smoke.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Hey, that's what's up, boy. I was on that thing. My partner, I be turning people on. They was like, "Oh, what is this? Like, this thing tastes good. Like, you wouldn't even pass it back for a good."
Yeah. And people be trying to like figure out how do you roll it. You don't. You just stuff it, bro.
You just
Right.
stuff it, light it up.
Like a little cone.
Tastes like candy. But I appreciate you coming through.
Yes.
Always
You've been
for you.
very informational.
Thank you.
Like I
was
learned a
hoping I
lot talking
wasn't-
to you.
Okay, great.
Tell the people where they can follow you before you go.
I'll keep
Once
it
again.
very simple. I'll do just 2. So you can find me at therealcbdlady. And then our brand is Melanin Nectar Co. So it's MELANINNECTAR Co. That's it. Yep.
Beautiful.
All right. Well, y'all stay tuned. We're gonna be right back. This is Smoke right here on Live Hip Hop Daily.